Good day, everybody. Peace be upon you all. Rahubat, buenos dias, and heaven high. Hello. This is just a little video to stay abreast within current events. We have a channel representing us Wunuwapians. Again, representing us Wunuwapians, and please, whoever it is that's trying to interrupt me, again, don't do that because there are repercussions when I'm teaching. I do not want anyone to make me fumble on words, to make me speak and make it hard, living vicariously through me, that I'm tapped into your vessels. Please do not interrupt me, for the record. Now, I want to just address that we have a lot of hateful family, so to speak, and this is right on the topic here. Over in the UK, we have everybody there that is our soul tribe family, that are Muspatu or Wunuwapians or Wusabians, and that means a heavenly way of life that we only abide by truth. So whatever dispelling that we could do to rectify and bring the truth to God's people all over the globe on earth, this is the honorary work that we are here to do as reincarnated ancient souls that govern and set the records straight of any mishaps, of any misbeliefs, of any belief systems that have nothing to do with factual data. So belief instills doubt, and it also gives a lot of breeding ground to speculation, again, doubt, opinions, feelings that have nothing to do with facts. Feelings are subjectified by how you think and how you view and perceive the world, and therefore we do not want, because of how somebody else or a group of us thinks or feels. You see how my tone changes? Anywho, that however a person thinks or feels, it should never impair on the truth. It should never impair on factual data, because I'm wearing a white head tie, and as I'm wearing a white head tie, that's what it is. Now, the color and how it looks and how you feel about how I'm wearing it, what it represents, whether you believe what I'm telling you or not, that's all subjectified. The objectiveness is, are you wearing simply a head tie? And anything more deeper than that in details would have to be what I would need to explain from what I'm doing, and why would I lie about it? So this video I'm about to show about our group of Solar Tribe family members, Muspatu or Nuwabian, that only operate our lives based on truth. Religion is all plagiarized, as a good word, as our brothers over there, our brethren, our solar tribe indicate. We don't deal with religion like that. It's been throughout the years, since nobody is living and literally breathing but us, and we don't deal with religion. Whoever wanted to change the books and mix it up and put what they wanted in it and change the original writings, this is what we're dealing with. And people are so gullible these days. This white Caucasian English guy, his depiction written all over his face is, he's going to us, asking questions, but being meddlesome and troublesome as he looks on his face. And the black brother next to him, same difference. And so they just, I don't know, for clout, to just poke a hole to show that they are, upset about what we teach about. I mean, like, what does that have to do with how you feel based on every factual amount of information we are sharing on this video? The channel on YouTube is called Our Souls Matter. It's acronymed of OSM, and it's in the UK, and I mean, we're doing excellent. I mean, like, from my perspective, truth cannot be argumentable unless somebody just feels that it's not the truth. And how could they say that if it's all deductively reasoned, that we have people who want to change books and what we say, and analyzing the information back to the original language doing research about these books we have now. And if no one does that walk to do that much researching about if what's written in English that we all pretty much speak now as a mandatory language, then why would anyone have a facial, it's written all over your face depiction that he is angry? I mean, like, whatever angered you and what's possessing you, the two gentlemen that go up to these forums that we allow to be, taught, and they can ask us questions and we give serious, reasonable answers that make logical sense. I don't know why the disposition of anyone going on our platform would be to be angry and have body language that they think facetiously in a type of joke of their presentations of their body demeanors is something to play around with. We don't have time down here with angry people to try to find doubt about what we're saying. So this is where we are today. All these weirdos that just want to find fault for clout, for anger problems that has to do with their personal solar karmic ways that they don't remember as souls. We're way more older than our current lives. And they're recyclables. We came down here to help them. And within me, I can pick up that they just are related to, in my hierarchy that I say are higher beings, from the top all the way down, everything, right? It starts from the platform of on high, on top. And all these people on earth came from the ones that woke up when I woke up. And it's the same caliber. It's the same caliber of soul. And I told them, don't try to make me stutter on my words. It's the same caliber of a beingness in spirit that is angry, just like angry, like just deep-rooted anger of a narcissistic finding fault where there is logically none, and simply reasoning with factual data that none of us remember if we can just use what we have to work with and research back to the original languages. If we did that walk and we're teaching about it to make it easy that you don't have to trust us just based on what we're saying, just based on what we're teaching and informing you and stating, if you come to us because you have an inquiry to learn sincerely, not just to be on a platform to find fault, then we're going to give you what we discovered. And if it's not important, leave us alone. Like, don't go on our platforms. Don't ask us questions. Don't come around us angry, and just live your life and don't try to search for answers. And if you do, don't go through us. Like I just said, do your research. If it's that much of an angry situation where this white guy, I mean, he's on a platform and it's a public platform, that he looks rather angry. I mean, like, and then you'll see his friend there. They're just there to find fault. He looks disturbed. He looks bothered by the answers. And, they're just there to criticize and not sincerely in any regard to show a type of sincerity that has to do with, just wanting to get truthful answers. I'll press play and please observe.
That were not compiled by the Nicaea Council and put into the current rendition of the Bible today. So a lot of the things we would say may not be familiar to people if they haven't made that connection between where the source of the information is coming from in terms of languages. Hatui said, Hatui, from languages to historical accounts to the symbology, the allegorical, and, just compilation of things that are not actually scripture. They're just like letters from people or all kinds of books that have been compiled into this one book, which, as I said, literally goes back about 6,000 years old. Whereas we go back in terms of culture and recordings, millions and millions of years. And so archaeologists, anthropologists, scientists now have found and been able to decipher a lot of information that wasn't previously known to a lot of people. So what you just asked in reference to what Hatui said is that what we're saying is, once you do the research, you will realize that there are many people called Jesus. Like today, there are many people called John, many people called Peter, many people called, all sorts of names. But in the Bible, there are actually three major characters that are depicted as one story in the Bible. So you have the one most people refer to as Yahshua.
So just to surmise, we are not here to convince people, if you're not sincere about your souls, to go on our platforms and make a fool of yourself. If you know that you are not truly interested in getting information because it's written all over the white guy's face, I'm not going to prolong just him being an example of being Caucasian and blue-eyed and just hates blacks as their MO, that I can see. Like, just don't go on our platforms. If you're prejudiced and you don't like that niggas are ancient and we are the oldest race on earth, so we have ancestors that are higher, and so it's not a black and white, it's more of a scientific fact. That's where science and its etymological meaning means to have knowledge, K-N-O-W, to know. So it sounds like N-O, so that's why in this spell work, that's the double-edged sword of a twilight, that if I said it's to know, it kind of comes across as to say no, to, in the regard of denying that I don't want, that's what happened to me. I don't want to deny I'm giving you truth, but the phonetics of to know sounds like N-O. And so this is the spell work and the tricknology of the matrix that I had to go through, that I had to break through and finesse, that they were utilizing spell work and the double-edged sword of there, and there. T-H-E-R-E, T-H-E-Y apostrophe, right, apostrophe R-E, and then T-H-E-I-R, right? So that's there, and there. Again, T-H-E-R-E, T-H-E-Y apostrophe R-E. See? I don't stutter, but it's all good. And then T-H-E-I-R. Again, apostrophe. This is what I had to go through. That people that woke up as I woke up are mad and crazy. And so in the Bible, in Revelations, it says that all these people wake up to be judged from in the sky. And that is not totally true. Again, these mishaps, once as Baba Yanun, Panabab Yanun, our master teacher, that was born June 26, 1945 on record, came down here to give us information to influx, you see the tone? To influx us with divine knowledge to wake us up. Truth made and set us free by living that life. And so all these beings came online within our DNA live, as Yanun taught, that they live and want to live vicariously through our bloodline. And so in Revelations, it says we're all going to be judged, and we wake up people who are monitoring spirits, disembodied souls walking on earth. So this is what's happening. The judgment takes place in here because the brain, again, is a holographic biomechanical computer. Bipedal, bicycle, it means two, right? Bisexual, it means two. Dark and light, in and out, up and down, right? Because that's opposites, right? So you have male, female. You have the female right side of the brain, and then you have the male left side of the brain. So everything is configured in creation based on twos. So what happened is everybody thought misconstruing that we could not know or fathom to contemplate this day and time, because a lot of us would not want to face it anyway. And so that's why all this anger and backlash is happening. So because that's an innate, intuitive guilt that they've not been living life honestly. So it's naturally in psychology expected for them to be angry, right? So long story short, this is where judgment happens. in all the memories as it happened to me, it surfaces in isolation for you to be questioned. It's now accurated to be 100% accurate than from when I was going through it. It was tampered with because it ties into like an IBM machine that we make, because planet Earth is literally a dream world tied into like an assimilation. Again, tied into like an assimilation, that whatever you perceive tied into your soul and your etheric invisible cord, like a cell tower to a cell phone without wires that you can see but still operates to speak to people all over the globe without wires, like that free energy in the air. That ties into your brain being a magnet, an electrical, magnetized electrical current that they were siphoning, because soul food is what we realize is its knowledge. And so by your aura giving off color, these beings that are dead but higher, they don't eat food as spirits. So in order for them to survive, they siphoned us, and then subtly was in our thoughts monitoring us within trying to maneuver and utilize us. As when I woke up, this is why I'm able to share Watch Your Thoughts, have knowledge of self in the movie with Keanu Reeves talking about, with the oracle in her kitchen, a plaque that said, know thyself, KNOW, because he was told he's the one, and no one, she said, could make you realize that but you and your experiences that gives you that indication that you are that one that everybody feels so strongly about. It had to be what he proved to his own self by making that a reality for him. So in a nutshell, everybody, this is not a joke. Suffering is real. That's not a dream. A dream is lucid, that when you go to sleep, you can wake up from it. But this is the constant right here, that we are not so much in that type of dream. We are now in reality, like Neo that sings that song, Champagne Life. Again, these motherfuckers are so angry that when I woke up, making me stutter is not something I would keep doing just to talk English. And so this is where my reality comes across as fantastical to others, because they're telling me, well, slow down when you speak. And I'm like, I don't have to conform, as I didn't do out here, to activate that sun. And I showed them when I went to the beach over there at Far Rockaway that day, that there's 3 suns, me sun gazing up there in the sky. So we think it's one sun, and now it's ultraviolet rays that sounds in phonetics to ultraviolet rays. If you're not activated with your sun in your chest, that makes your body 98.6 degrees, as within, also with outside of you, then it's going to wipe you out. The sun can drain you. And so if your vibration is not high, that fire is going to wipe them out. They're going to burn out, and their negative vibrations, as in live and let live. And so the 0 time reference in time speeding up, the days are shorter. They're not going to be here. Like Ralph Smart said yesterday on his video, we have until 2030. That's enough time that door would be closed forever. So whatever they have in order of grace and mercy as redundant criminals that thought God didn't exist as an incentiment not to do fucked up shit, it's too late now. So they might as well not come around us, kill us, or do anything to add to their roster of punishment that's way worse than going to jail or getting the death penalty. So I would be very leery around respectfully Caucasians that have a history that I'm not prejudiced. My mother's half white, but the history is a fact and it is what it is. If I'm seeing a story about some young guy that's a black, male brother, that we all brothers and sisters to the omnipresent supreme being that created this big planet we share together called Earth, and I get on, current events that this, club with all these whites and the sister that over there went to, from New Jersey, went to celebrate as a model and she was hung in her closet. This is what whites do. They sweep it under the rug and they want to kill us. And you can't do that nowadays. You can't do that. Right? They can't do that. So it's their nightmare because what they don't know, what we could do. That's why I keep asking about Baba Yanun. What they don't know, what we could do is that we're magical. So it becomes a nightmare that slowly unveils itself to those who are going to see their customized experience. As in when I was waking up, I kept going to the hospital because I was having a rude awakening that none of my family immediately, my daughter, when I had my new baby, my second child, my third child, that's my little girl that's 16 now. My son, that was my second child for real, passed on. And then my first child, that's my first daughter, I could not really truly take care of them. Thank God my mother was there to help me, but I was frightened. As I tell you all, my testimony is true that I could not, as I say, born on earth, you can't do collegiate studies. It's fair across the board that the standard of life is to grow. If you are born to parents or your foster parents or whoever your guardians are, immediate family or not, that you have to have somebody change your diapers and let you go to school and learn and care for you until you're able to do it for yourself. That's what happened to all of us. So even though I woke up, these motherfuckers respectfully are so ridiculous. They're making it seem like we always knew. Yeah, so back to our magical abilities, it becomes what they think is happening. So it's like a psyching them out. This is what I know. It may seem fantastical, like 3 suns in the sky and the real sun now heating up the planet. I have a video, I said that years ago. The damn of them holding back with geostorms and manipulating that they thought they were doing, they were dreaming. Just like Interstellar, getting off the planet, no. That's what they thought in here. Going on the moon, no. As they said, trying to escape, going straight up in a rocket ship to leave, they can't. So everything like Burn, Evil Dead Burn, that movie and the movies now, every attempt to escape planet Earth, it's because catastrophically and apocalyptically, as in the movie Knowing with Nicolas Cage, talking about only those who heard the call get to escape, because it's a personal journey. So if they think they're killing us, that's whites' prejudice against blacks and wanting to be us and hating us and doing black magic against us. It's a wrap. Whatever they think they're doing, they believe it. So they're living in real time, like Ralph Smart said, their own dream world nightmare. Watch the movie Evil Dead Burn. They tampered with our books, like I told them, don't touch my vessel. It's not a sarcophagus. It's like the curses on King's Island that they went to raid and desecrate our dead that weren't our dead because we don't die. On a particular, like they have nature channels with Morgan Freeman or, other narrators of those shows, when they talk about ancient civilizations and these supposed, documentaries about, us seeing what they found and, searching for answers about ancient civilizations, When this is all done, we're going to be so relieved. But anyway, it showed that they were quickly in deductive reasoning. Whoever was painting a pictograph, right, on the wall that shows 1,000 words, pictures show 1,000 words, more than words itself. Just like actions, when you are showing love, as we teach, it's what you speak that aligns with your behaviors, meaning your actions. So in that particular one about ancient Egypt, they so-called rediscovered what they found. And so these artifacts that they put in museums, right, back then, Mr. Carson, whoever that excavation was at that time, they all got cursed and died. So I'm telling you, I told them, don't touch us. Don't intuit it. Don't think about it. Don't use your innate ability that's turned inside out to try to kill us as your MO. That when they're mad, they tell us in the industry, be on your best behavior. Otherwise, we spank you or blackball you. Like, those days are over. It's over. We're not here to scold adults based on giving them a good life and money. And they got to play to societal rules about being on their best behavior because they get money about, dead presidents, and that validates who they are in order to have a better life. Those days are over. Respectfully, anyone that's karmic as whites that played along to try to, have a society that they governed and no one put them in that position to make them supervisors over anybody else. That's why I teach live and let live. Let God do the rest, like we're doing as ancient supreme governance that they're rumoring, right? They're rumoring that I need to stutter. I'm not intelligent. They're family, like blood related to blacks. At the ancientness of white skin, not everybody. As I said, my chosen ones that are white. My mom told me a while ago, God judges you by your heart. So whites are gone. The ones who are karmics still trying to have the MO of trying to control society. And they don't have sun heat genes like us. So that's why, whatever prejudices of them reincarnating over and over again with the same behaviors, that they have the rights to tell blacks, yay or nay, don't do this and don't do that if you want a good life. Those days are over.